Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to watch how I photograph Dr. Doom versus Dr. Pepper. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I use gobos, which are important in creating dramatic lighting for your toy photography. Like and subscribe. Also check my IG, which is insightful_imagery. Thanks. Okay, what I want to do, I want to show you guys, I'm going to take a picture of Dr. Doom versus Dr. Pepper. Who will win? My guess is Dr. Doom, but Dr. Pepper tastes better. So, what I want to show you guys is a couple things that I did to achieve this little set here that I made. If you can see the lighting here, it's broken up. I've got my modeling light on my Explorer, on my Evolve 200 up here, and I made what's called a gobo, and all this is a dryer vent that I cut and placed with some black foam core onto my light. And the reason I did that is because it creates this dramatic lighting, okay? And so it creates this dramatic lighting, and a gobo can be anything you put in front of your light that modifies the light for shape, and for like patterns. I'm not talking about a softbox or parabolic or something like that. It's a gobo is something you put in front of your light to project a pattern onto your image, your subject or your scene, like this here. And like I say, all I did, this is just a dryer vent I had in my garage, and I've got it on a C-stand and a boom, so I can I don't have to hold everything over the top of Dr. Doom here. Couple other things I did, and one last thing, the gobo, it's going to create some drama in this scene, because the light isn't just one big swash of light over Dr. Doom and the Dr. Pepper can, and this adds some drama, some shape, some a little bit more realism. We're not shooting a model portrait here, so we don't need nice, soft, beautiful, diffused light on Dr. Doom. We want dramatic, harsh lighting that tells a story. Okay, and couple other things I did. Underneath Dr. Doom, you can see some wire, and that's to hold his cape up, because this cheesy cape is rubber and it just hangs down, and I wish it was cloth, but it's not. So the wire gives some support to the cape, and it also helps hold Dr. Doom in his position. Okay, and then my Dr. Pepper can, I've taken and I've emptied it out, and I've supported it with some floral armature wire or some bead wire, whatever you want to call it. Well, there's actually just two different kinds that I have. I have armature wire, which is, real stiff. Then I have a beading wire, and then I have some wire that's for floral. It's called floral stem wire, and I guess it's for fake flowers, creating stability and stems and stuff like that. A couple things I also did is these drops aren't Dr. Pepper. I've matched them to the color of Dr. Pepper using glycerin and water, and I'll show you the other things that I used to achieve that, because I didn't want some sticky Dr. Peppery soda all over my scene. So what I've done is, let's get over here in some light. I've used a glycerin, and I've used this browning sauce, quick brown seasoning sauce. And what that is, it's a liquid that's brown. And you use it in food photography, and you use it in different, instances where you want to, for example, you might want a whiskey, or you might want a iced tea, or to mimic, some drink, as in this case, Dr. Pepper. And so, I've got that all on here. I've sprayed it with a little glycerin so that it stays on the can and beads up really nice. And also, if you look, I sprayed a little on Dr. Doom. This guy's battling this Dr. Pepper versus Dr. Doom. He's crushing the can with his, powers, and Dr. Pepper is leaking all over the place. So we've just sprayed a little bit on Dr. Doom also. And I've got a black seamless background sweeping down. Then I've also got, this is all really small and small characters, so I can't use really big lights. So I'm using this Westcott Rapid Box in this one. My main light is the one that's overhead. It's my Evolve 200. That's giving me the main light on my scene. And I've got my fill light, which is giving me light to Dr. Doom's face, and a little bit more shape to the can over here, which is my 600 exrt. No, but it's a really cool scene. I'm going to mount this GoPro on my head and try to do some photography with it, and I'll bring some images up on screen and show you guys. It should be pretty cool. It should be pretty fun. It looks good in my brain. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we get. Let me format my card first. I want to start like I always do with a black frame, which means that I want no ambient light getting onto my scene. The only light I want on there is light that I put in there for my speed light and my Evolve 200. We're back to the black frame. We're at ISO 100, 200th of a second f11. We're on 2-second timer. So we're going to take an image and we're going to make sure that it is a dark frame. I know it is. My lights are turned off. 2-second timer. First image is 0045 and it is black frame. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to turn my speed light on, which in this case is my fill light, but my main light is set to slave, so it's going to trigger my main light. But anyway, I've got them all set up already, so we're just going to take another shot, and I'm going to show you what this next shot looks like. Let me turn this light off. We're going to 2-second timer. Here we go. Okay, fired that shot off, and this is image 0046. Okay, what I want to do here is I want to just make sure and look that I have sharpness in Dr. Doom's face and good exposure on his face. We can look and see in this image the shape that the gobo has produced on the scene. It's a fairly dramatic light. It's some on the ground, some on his legs, some on the cape. It's produced a broken up pattern of light. I think in this case what I want to do is I want to turn up the power on my main light. So what I'm going to do is normally I could do it with my trigger, but in this case I can't because I'm using a trigger for my speed light. So we're going to go from 1/28. Let's go up here to 64th, okay? And I'm going to reshoot this shot. I'd like a little more light coming from the top. So let's go ahead and shoot this shot. Bing, okay. Now there we go. I've got a little bit more light coming into the scene, image 0047, and what that does is it gives me a little more on his cape, the highlights on the cape, okay? Let me just toggle back from the image I just did, which is 0047 to 0046. You can see the difference in the cape, the body, and on the ground. Okay, so I do like that. With the glycerin and water to Dr. Doom, and I took a couple shots. I think also I want to get to the side of Dr. Doom, and I changed my spray from mist to fine spray. I might do one where I just shoot some on Dr. Doom's face from the side, but what I need to do that is I need to get over here to 10-second timer and click that, and I'm going to shut my lights off, and I'm going to walk over into position, and then as the light goes off I'm going to shoot this in Dr. Doom's face. Let's see. As the red light goes faster, there we go. Let's see if that got a little spray on Mr. Doom's face. Oh yeah, I see drops flying. Oh yeah, I see drops flying. That's image 054. We've got some spray on Dr. Doom, and I like that. Ha ha ha. Thanks guys for watching. Hopefully some of these tips help you in your toy photography. Go to my IG, insightful_imagery, and follow. Thank you.